Hey folks, what's up? It's Dylan, back here for another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Goosebumps, the movie. Now, this is not going to be a review, because I do not have freaking time for that shit. This is going to be the Genius of Goosebumps. Now, if you guys have not seen Goosebumps, it's basically a movie based off of I wouldn't call it children's books, but the books, or whatever. There's like 80 million of them, so like that's not actually exaggeration. Like, actually look up like the books, and there's like freaking like 8 different series. Like there's normal Goosebumps, and there's like Horrorland Goosebumps, and like all these freaking books. I've personally read a couple, and we're just gonna jump right into it because I don't want to make this video like freaking long as hell. So let's talk Star Wars, or Halloween, I guess. Now, this movie is, I'm going to try to not summarize it, but that's going to be hard. I'm going to mainly touch on Jack Black's character, which is R.L. Stine, and I'm going to be talking about a bunch of the villains. That's mainly what I'm going to be covering in this video. Probably next Halloween, I'm going to do the Goosebumps movie review next Halloween, because the schedule's booked for this Halloween, so it's not going to happen. Anyway, Jack Black is a good actor, okay? I have to say that much. And the problem is I don't think he was the right character for this role. Now, don't get me wrong, I like him as R.L. Stine, but personally to me, he doesn't look like a writer. To me. Like, he doesn't look like someone who would write books. And I think that's the main problem. Like, R.L. Stine, I'm thinking, like, just like in my mind, if I just picture someone that's like, just kind of like this creepy, like weird guy, like that lives at the end of the street, that's just in his house all the time, which is basically what Jack Black did in the beginning of the Goosebumps movie. That's kind of, he was just the guy like at the end of the street, he just stays in his house, you know? But I think this guy would be like more of an older guy, I feel like. I feel like he'd kind of be like 60 or 70 years old. And he'd like kind of have like this gray hair, kind of. And he maybe would have like a walker or like some sort of a cane or something. And he'd kind of be like hunched over with like some old clothes on or something. And like that's personally who I think R.L. Stine would be. Like kind of like, not really scary, but just kind of like this creepy old guy, kind of. That's personally who I think he would be. But I mean, I think they did good with choosing him to be that character, but I don't think Jack Black matches the criteria of what a book writer would be. Like the type of person a book writer would be, if that makes any sense. Like, basically all I'm saying is Jack Black was a good choice, but like they could have picked a better R.L. Stine, is what I'm saying. Because that's the character he plays, you know? And I think Jack Black was a good choice, but because Jack Black is kind of like the mentor character in that movie. Because every movie has kind of like the older guy who's like, oh, you know, like this is how you do it. And he's like showing the new guy like how to do things, you know? That was Jack Black, and I think he was a really good mentor character, but I don't think he was a good R.L. Stine. Like, well, he was a good R.L. Stine, but just his looks didn't really like if you just looked at him, like how he is in that movie, you wouldn't think he was a book writer. Like, that's just personally, like, you just think he's like some guy, you know, like, oh, it's just a guy, you know? But like, I don't know, but hopefully you guys kind of understand that. Now, I'm going to touch on the main characters a little bit. We have 3 main characters, technically, and that is, honestly, I freaking forgot their names, to be completely honest. But their names will be right here, and I might put like pictures or something. But the main character was, shit. I know the kind of like the funny guy was Champ, or Chump. Chump. I think he used like both of those names, I think. And then it was Hannah was the girl. And then, oh fuck, the boy was like Steven or something, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I think the casting choices were perfect for that movie. The only thing, I have one pet peeve of this movie. Most of the jokes that they pull are not funny. Like yes, it makes the movie more lighthearted, but it doesn't make the movie funny. Like, I guess it's kind of like downgrading, but it's supposed to be like the genius of, and I'm saying something bad. But, I mean, this is like my only thing with the movie. Like, pretty much the whole movie's good. It's just the jokes. Just how they wrote the jokes and the context of them aren't very funny. Like, yes, there's a couple good jokes. Like some of the jokes that Jack Black says and stuff. And then there's like some of the jokes that the main character says, but most of the jokes from Champ are not funny. Like, he tries to make them funny and they're not funny. So like, I don't know. I mean, I know that's not the actor, it's the writer. Like, because the writer obviously writes the script for a movie, so it's the writer, not the actor. Because he was saying it funny. Like, he was like saying it like if the joke was actually funny, then it would be funny. But if a joke isn't funny, and like you still like try to make it funny, like do your best to make it funny, like if the joke just isn't funny, it just isn't funny. It doesn't matter how you say it. It at least has to be remotely funny, and then you like use an accent or something, and it makes the joke better. If that makes sense. Anyway, the last point I want to touch on is the villains in this movie. Now, the villains are really good how they did this, because if you think about Goosebumps, there's like 80 million villains. Like, for each book there's a new like guy. Well, like sometimes they reuse the characters, but that's not really the point. The point is that like pretty much every book that they've written, they have a new villain. Or like sometimes like a villain will return. Holy shit! But most of the time it's like a new villain. So like I'm sure you guys remember like the dummy guy or whatever, and then maybe you guys remember like the abominable snowman or the werewolf, or there's like billions. You can just keep going on. But the main kind of like villains in this movie, or at least like the fight scenes, like the main ones we get a fight scene with, it are the abominable snowman, the praying mantis, the giant ass freaking praying mantis. We get to see the praying mantis a lot, actually. We get to see the dummy, or whatever, Slappy, and then we get to see the gnomes, and we get to see the werewolf too. Those are like the main villains we get to see. Pretty much everything else, or like all the other villains, see, like this is really cool what they do, because those were like the main villains you get to see. You know, like those are like the main ones. But then, like, they don't just like retcon the other villains where they're like non-existent. They were all there, or whatever. Because they have this one scene towards the end of the movie where Slappy's kind of like the leader, or whatever, and all the villains are just like in this giant circle around them. Like, when you're going around, they're not just like dark figures. You can actually see what they are, you know? It's like when you're looking, you're like, oh, you can see the praying mantis. Oh, there are the gnomes. We got the freaking gummy bears over there. Like, there's shit, you know? And then another one that's really cool is you get to see like the Martians? Aliens? Martians? I don't know. But like just like how they lay out the villains and how like each one is used differently is really good in my opinion. So that was the end of the video. A little bit of a shorter one, but I didn't want to ramble on and shit, but I got my point across this time. So at least it wasn't like a 45-minute video like the last one. So make sure to subscribe, and next up I have my Addams Family Genius of video. So that's going to be coming out in a couple days. That one also might be delayed. I'm sorry. I have shit going on. I'm also doing Call of Duty videos, and I have college and school and I have shit. Like, I just have shit. So if like videos get delayed, I apologize in advance, but I have a life. If you guys have heard of that, I have a life. So sometimes life gets in the way, but the videos will come. Okay, they might be a couple days late, they might be a week late, I mean a month late, but they will come. Okay? Next month, in November, is also going to be a very exciting month. I'll be posting all Star Wars videos. The whole last month, gonna be doing Wasted Potential, Rise of Skywalker, gonna be doing lightsaber color video, or well, lightsaber, what the colors mean, or something. I don't know, I just fucked that up like really a bit hard. But we're gonna be doing, I don't know, but those are at least 2 videos we're going to be doing. Oh, and Life Day. We're going to be doing a video on Life Day. So those are free videos. We have way more though. Also this month we have Carnage review. I'll also probably do No Time to Die review or Genius of in November, probably. I don't know, maybe. We have to see on that. Or maybe I'll just do it in Christmas. I don't know. I don't know, but I'll definitely be doing a Genius of or review on that, and then I'll review it later or something. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I need to freaking end this shit. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.